Okay, so now we're going to talk about widgets and what they are. Basically, they are snippets of PHP code, and they enable you to have a lot more functionality to your website. And they're bits of code that someone else has made for you, so it's nice and easy. And basically, what they are is, or where they can go is on this particular theme is the sidebar, and also the footer. So this particular theme allows you to put widgets in these areas, and basically it's a drag and drop in the dashboard, which I'm going to show you in a second. So we'll go over there now. Actually, I'll show you right now. So we go into there. We go into widgets, appearance on the left-hand side, widgets, and then here are all the available widgets for us, and here are the areas we're able to put them. So like I said, we've got the sidebar and the footers. The footer areas where we're able to put our widgets. It's a good point to say. In some themes, they allow you to put widgets in the header. In other sidebars, sometimes you'd have a left hand and a right hand sidebar, and a content area, and you have a lot more areas to put them in. It depends on what theme you've chosen, and this is where you want to select the right theme for you, of how you want your website to work. I quite like this way of working. I quite like having the widgets on the right, and the content area on the left, and sort of the header and navigation bar below the header. I think that's quite a nice setup. It works for me. You may have experience of something working better for you, then go ahead and do that. So we'll go back to widgets, and what I've done here, I've already put some widgets in. I've put in the banners, I've put in a search, I've put in a Twitter, I've put in a Facebook. Now we can just drag these into areas which we want them. So I'd actually prefer the Twitter to be above the search bar, and actually I'd like the Twitter to be I'd like the Facebook, sorry, to be below the ads. Now if I go to my website, Control F5 for refresh. I think it's Command F5 on the Mac, I'm not entirely sure. And then we have banners here, and they're ready for our ads. It's just, I just want to point something out up here. This is not going to be here all the time. We can either take this away, or we can add in our own ad in there. To be honest with you, for the time being, I'm going to take that away. So to take that away in this particular theme, because it's allowing me to have that in this theme, I'm going to go into theme options here, which is the left hand side under appearance, and I'm going to go into, if you can see here, it says ads. I'm going to click on ads, and this is currently the link to the ad. I'm just going to delete it, and I'm going to save changes, because I don't know if I'm going to use that ad yet, and it's just annoying me. So I'm just going to Control F5 to refresh. And as you can see, that ad is now gone, because it just didn't look very nice really there. I don't even know if I'm going to have an ad there. I mean, it's a good place if you're thinking in terms of sales. If you're trying to sell something, actually it's viewable, it's obvious, it's there, people are going to see it. But I think these ads to the right hand side here are going to be enough for us for the time being. Sometimes people don't like being sold to in this sort of way. We'll go into that later. You know, let's keep it simple and looking good. So that's that. Right, okay, so we're at widgets. Got waylaid there. So we go back into widgets. So now if we wanted to add a widget from the available widgets, we can just drag it over and put it in. So say for example we want categories. We want our categories to be viewable in the sidebar. We just drag it in and put it where we wanted it, and it's in there. You've got some options here, so you can have like you know, each widget has its own options and things you can change it for. You can put a title in here. You know, you can even, I don't know, let's call it menu for example. Click save. It's then going to put the categories in. Although we've only got one or two categories, we've only got a couple of categories at the moment anyway. So also, if we want to put a custom menu in, we can put our menu in here. And we've only got one menu at the moment. We've got our main navigations we discussed before. So we could probably put menu here and probably take away the categories menu because we don't really need that in this particular blog. So to take it away, as you can see, I just dragged it back into the available widget area and click save. Now you can play around with these as much as you like. You can you can drag them in, see what they do. They all do different things. They all have different functionalities, and you can use them in any way you like, really. Just to point out as well, there's one here called text, and in here you can put text, any kind of text, or HTML. Now if you're familiar with HTML, you're aware of what you can do with it. It kind of gives you quite a lot of functionality to be able to use HTML in the sidebar, because you can link to images, you can put custom text, you can kind of customize the right hand side quite a bit with HTML text if you wanted to. It's another option for you if you wanted to go down that road. However, a lot of these widgets that are available to us in this particular theme are really useful, and I don't think we're gonna really need any more than we've got here. Really, I don't think we're going to need anything else. So what I've just done there as well as we were talking, I've just dragged over an info box, and this looks like, I haven't seen this one before, but it looks like we can put a product in here, which is going to be useful for us later on, because we're going to be trying to sell products with our website, because this course is all about making money and making a business online. So we're going to do that later, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to go into here, Control F5, and I'm going to have a look at the widgets now. So now we've customised this right hand side, and we have our widgets in here. We've got a few things in here as we want it, really. We can change that, make it smaller. Obviously these posts are going to be, there's going to be more of them, so this is going to get larger and longer, so it's going to fill in this gap here, this space. Obviously also we're going to set up a Facebook account. I'm going to show you Facebook. There's a whole module on Facebook, there's a whole module on Twitter, so we're going to set up a Twitter account, and we're going to link to Twitter, and we're going to link all this up to Twitter later, but this is just an example at the moment, just basically we're building the website. So that's how we're going to work with that. We've got rid of that ad, we've got those widgets in, it's starting to look a bit more like our website. I think next we're putting a logo in the next video, a logo up here. We'll design one as well. I'll show you how to do that, and we'll get rid of some of these images here, I think, is the next thing.